literally, you cannot even second guess yourself when it comes to this power. This power that you hold, because authentically, it is so innate within you. And you have recognized this, half of you, and half of you have recognized it subconsciously, but still it's being utilized in a way to bring forth the new earth template within inside of you, emanating outward. So as opposed to you, like in the past, and this could have just been recently, or you might have not even come into this awareness yet, but this, my voice and what's coming through right now, being channeled from the Pleiades itself through me to you, will activate you in a way to where you're acknowledging it. And that's all that matters. If your brain doesn't even like comprehend the frequencies right now, it's okay. Like, it just needs to come through. You had a way of always relying on things outside of you to show you, or to and I don't want to even say validate your power, because as a starseed, you have this innate validation within inside of you already. But it's like you were so used to and accustomed to requiring those frequencies from outside of you and from outside sources, where now you're tapped into the inside source of that innate authenticity. And now you're accessing your 5D earth template within inside of you, which you have done before. You've done this before, and you would have noticed it in times of pure bliss, in times of pure rapid manifestation, to where you think of something or you feel something. Like, I'm trying to find an example of a way that my ear's ringing really bad, my right ear, so I don't know if some of your ears are ringing, or one of you. Sometimes I already know when someone's going to be purchasing a reading from me. Like, I feel it in my solar plexus, like I just know. And it's like, I don't know how to explain the feeling. It's different for everyone. When you feel like you know money is coming, or you feel like you know you have manifested abundance and it's just going to show up like that, or you get that feeling like right before it comes in and you just know, it's like you're going to be learning how to work more with this power of the awareness of the intuition of it coming in. So it's like you're going to, okay, so this is going to happen more and more, where you're going to be aware and have that feeling, and you're going to observe it. You're going to be like, oh, I know this feeling. I know what this is. And you're going to hold on to that frequency and really feel it, really be aware of it. And then you're going to be able to replicate it and work with that energy more and more and more. And this doesn't have to just be abundance. I'm just using that as an example. It doesn't have to be manifestation either. But I'm feeling like it is. I'm feeling like it's going to be manifestation for sure, towards something of the bigger whole, towards something of the bigger goal. And you're going to be able to harness this energy, and you're going to figure out different like frequency ways of utilizing this frequency, of magnifying this frequency, of working with this frequency, molding with this frequency. And it'll be different for each and every single one of you. But you know that feeling, right? You know that feeling. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. There's a change coming in with this, where you're really going to catch it. You're going to be aware of it, and it is going to become your superpower. Asonics. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Asonics. Thank you. I love that. That sounds Palladian to me. It really does. This is, you know, this intuition thing, this way of working with this power is something that you've done for many, 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 many lifetimes. This is nothing new. It only feels new because we've come here and we've forgotten how to do it. This month, it's going to be trickling in more and more and more and more and more. It's almost like they're telling me accessing your own treasure chest that's inside of you, and they're showing me the solar plexus. I think for a lot of you, this will reside in the solar plexus area. And it's like you're visualizing yourself opening this treasure trove of gold, right? And it's your own inner gold. It's your own frequency. It's your own gifts. It's your own power. It's your own way of manifestation. And you're going to be visualizing this and like visualizing it just opening up and emanating outward. And upon it emanating outward is where you're putting out the signal for more of that which you desire to be just magnetized in. And it's not so much where, because I feel like for some of you, you're gonna doubt this. And that's normal. That's what they're saying. Like for some of you, you're gonna doubt this. You're gonna doubt that you're gonna be able to do this. Maybe some of you are already aware that you have done this. The church bells are going. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it or pick it up. But the church bells are going faintly by us. So it's just going to be something, it's like an energy work all of its own, but it's something that you've literally done. It's so deeply rooted innately within you, within your template, within your DNA, within your own energy. And now you're like remembering how to access it, how to utilize it, how to emanate it out more, how to really work with your superpowers this month, Pleiadians. Because these are not just regular powers. These are not just like, oh, they're just powers. And these are not just, oh, these are superpowers and I can't do them because I grew up learning that I can't do what super people do. What Power Rangers do, what Superman does, right? You have to find that in between to where it's believable for you, because it is. It's something that you have done, like I said, for lifetimes. It's innately rooted in you. And now this month, you are starting to become aware of it. You're starting to feel it. Hi, Gemma. How are you? You're starting to feel it. And you're starting to learn how to work with your own powers. Okay? And these are what you could call supernatural powers, except they're not supernatural. You know, the media will want you to think that they're supernatural. And they'll want you to think that they're way out of reach and you can't even grasp them. You can't do this. It's impossible. That's not true. That is the furthest thing from the truth. They've just been forgotten and you've been programmed to believe that you can't do them. Okay, so the more, thank you, Gemma. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you. So the more that you explore, become adventurous, become brave with this, and become assured with this, and knowing that you can do these things, okay? Because you've done them. You've done them. They aren't fairy tales. They aren't myths. They aren't urban legends. They aren't even supernatural. They're normal, right? You've just forgotten how to work with them. I think these are the things that they used to teach in like the great mystery schools in Egypt and stuff. But this is like stuff that will actually come so natural to you. Even if it feels far-fetched, and outside of you. It's actually inside of you. And it just needs to be accessed through your awareness and believed through your perception and felt through your frequency and explored with you working with them. And so, for example, I know I'm rambling, but this is how I channel, so bear with me. So the past few years, I was drawn to this channel where they do like aerokinesis, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, hydrokinesis. And aerokinesis is where you use your powers to work with the winds and move things with your mind, with the energies emanating from your third eye, from your mind, from your heart, from your hands. You have so many innate like powers already built inside, just rambling, built inside of you, okay? But they're powerful, but you have been told otherwise. So, air bending, water bending, fire bending, earth bending, okay? Thank you, Gemma, so are you. You're so sweet. I love you. You are too. These are things that you already can do. You just have to know that you can. You just have to believe it. Yeah, spoon bending. Because once you realize that you are one and connected with everything here, even the solidified things, right? Like this tarot card, for example. What is this? This is just energy. It's a portal. It's a symbol. It's a frequency. It's a perception. It's also a sense. So we see blue through this, right? What coincides with blue? Well, our throat chakra, our third eye. So like this in and of itself, we think of it as solidified, but actually all it is like 0.000000001% of energy. It's just all energy. Everything's energy. Once you realize that you are universally connected with every single thing that you're looking at right now, every item, whether you consider that item alive or not, it is. It's a consciousness. It's an energy. And the more you become aware of this, the easier it is to work with them. Okay, so say you want to learn how to move fire. You can light a candle and you can look at it and you can start experimenting with the powers of your mind, making the flame taller, making it shorter, making it go side to side, making it go around in a circle, making it flicker once, making it flicker twice. Okay, there's so much that you can do. And it's not going to be, for some of you, it will be very like, vroom, like right away, like it'll just kick on and you'll notice like wild things right away. But for a lot of people, myself included, when I first started working with these energies, it did take me practice doing it. Like, yeah, some things happened for me like the first time, but they weren't as strong as to where I'm able to do things now, right? So it will happen, but it does take patience and it does take time and it takes believing that you can do it. That's the major one, because when a person has been so like deeply unconsciously or subconsciously programmed to believe that you can't do these things, you literally have to know that you have already done these things. You've done them. You've done them for lifetimes, okay? Which is why you would be drawn to them in the first place, or which is why you would like feel like you can. Like I remember, for an example, and I know I'm rambling, I'll get to the other cards in a second, but I remember being a little kid and I literally remember knowing that I could fly. Like I just knew, like I knew I could levitate. I knew I could fly. Like, I knew it. I knew I could. And so I would get so frustrated because I would be on that chair and I would jump off that chair repeatedly, just trying to stay in air and getting so freaking frustrated knowing that I could do it and I couldn't do it. And I was like, why can't I do it? 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 It takes practice. There are literally people all over the world that can levitate. Okay? People everywhere that can do it. It's just practicing with it. Do you remember, like, we came here completely forgetting half the shit that we used to be able to do. But now we're remembering and now we're accessing it within us. Okay? And so, like, not just with these things that you're going to be learning how to do energy work-wise and, like, psychically and, like, telekinetically, if that's even a word, but utilizing your own inner power in a way to where it's a supernatural force that most people would consider like supernatural. Like, oh, she can't do that. And then like you do it and people are like, how did you do that? Well, like miracles happen every day. And it just takes believing that you can because you've already done it. Would you have that awareness like you've already done it? Okay, and just practicing with it and experimenting with it and exploring like literally what you can do. And making a commitment to try it. Try it more and more and more. Not just try it once or twice, I can't do it, I give up. No, like if you're drawn to this message, it's literally begging you to set a commitment for yourself to try these supernatural things that you were told that you couldn't do, but you can actually do, and start doing them. And getting educated on it. Okay, so there's different techniques and different, I guess, sparks of influence and inspiration and just frequency through even other people's words and their experiences as well. So when you start getting more educated in these things, there will be different words, different sentences, different frequencies and codes that come through these other people's words that have already experimented with it that you can implement yourself. It's just going to be something that's naturally like encoded within you. And then the more you even consciously realize that others have done these things, it brings you more self-empowerment. It ignites that fire within you. It ignites that power within you, that light. And also, like, channeling is super important. It's super important. I've seen, like, posts and things where people talk about channeling as being bad, and that's fine. Like, everyone